Hey there, garden fans, and welcome back to the Permaculture Homestead. I've had this beehive for 14 weeks, and I'm doing a little inspection today. I see them starting to bring in a lot of pollen again. We're starting our second honey flow. A lot of the crepe myrtles are blooming, so they're really piling it on. And I just kind of wanted to show you what's going on, and I really wanted to see what's going on myself. I've got 2 brood boxes and 2 honey supers with an empty box on top just for ventilation. I've been able to harvest 1 honey super since I've had this hive, so we should have basically a full honey super and an empty one is what I'm looking at. At this 14-week inspection, I'm just doing the standard. I'm making sure the queen is laying eggs. I'm looking for a good brood pattern. I'm looking for any pest damage and doing what I can to remedy any situations. Since I've been keeping bees, I've gotten really good at handling these guys without needing any smoke, so we're not smoking them today. Let's get to it. Here's a pretty good looking frame. A lot of brood, capped brood. The queen seems to be spacing out her brood a little bit more. I've noticed that recently, and I think it's only because of the heat. When she spaces her brood apart like that, it's keeping it cool. You know, when she packs them together, it's usually to keep them warm. But this is a picture perfect scenario. We got a rim of honey around the frame with a lot of brood around the center. This right here is a picture perfect frame, full of brood. Capped brood, lots of capped brood. Both sides too. I would say that this queen is really doing her job. There's a few empty cells in there, and it looks like they've got those cells filled with water. Here again, I think they're just trying to keep the hive cool. So she's spacing out her brood a little more, and they're filling some of these cells with water to help keep the internal temperature cool. Here again, we've had 100-degree days for 3 weeks straight with no rain in sight. So these guys are probably working overtime just to keep the thing cool. Got another picture perfect frame here. And if we get some focus here, you can see that bee right there in the center of the frame walking around with pollen on her legs, trying to find a place to put it. But here's another picture perfect scenario. I've got frames full of brood, capped brood, and some open brood with a little rim of honey around the edge. And every frame I'm pulling looks just like this. It looks really good. The other side, same thing. Lots of capped brood, tons of capped brood, and honey around the rim. So I would say that this queen is doing her job real well, and the bees are working real hard. I'm not noticing any pest damage. Everything seems to be looking really well. I'm going to shut her up. I don't want to push my luck. Alright, garden fans, everything is looking good in this box. At 14 weeks, these bees are happy and healthy. I've got a functioning queen who's laying lots of eggs. I've provided them with some more water here in these entrance feeders. They're now working on filling out the honey supers, which they've got up until about October to do. We've just started our second major honey flow of the year, so they're bringing in lots of pollen, and yeah, I mean, everything's looking good. I'm really impressed with these bees. I've been very lucky. I'm not seeing much pest damage. The hive beetle trap is working fairly well in there. They're doing a good job of keeping them at bay. No wax moth damage. I don't even see any varroa mites. These are pretty clean bees. I see them cleaning themselves off a lot. So if there are any mites and they're brushing them off, they're getting trapped in my tray underneath my screen bottom board. Everything's looking good. Hope you enjoyed a little bit of bee porn. I love watching bees work and do what they do. Thanks for watching. Please like, share, and subscribe. God bless.